should have not went for Scar yet. We didn't need
Assault
right
down again. Henchman takes him out.
back.
No reaction.
These kids are random.
I'm pretty sure you can res, man.
And actually that switch
Go for the Scar. You just gotta come here quick.
from Aguilar and Fiber is affecting these team at Shark. There's a team at Lighthouse now taking shots at them, which wasn't what was happening in the other time.
No way.
He's going to be able to try to stick this. Sky's nearby, though.
Can we go underneath the cave?
Don't forget, these guys were in 5th place before this game. But because of what happened last time, 39th was their exit. Now they're pinched. Now they have no mats. He's up on top. It's Divine
It's getting grief at 0.
and Carnerio fan would take him out.
Having troubles mid-game, having troubles off spawn, sometimes not making the right calls. Just need a little bit more experience in these 6-game formats together against the same players time and time again. So we'll have to run the gauntlet again and qualify next week. Still have one more game of practice. If you guys are wondering what game number we're on, it's game 5 of 6 on the bottom left side of your screen. It will pop up from time to time. So this game plus one more, and week 3 is wrapped up for North America East.
Scoped and Tifu again. I'm trying to listen to see if they were contested. Doesn't seem like they're calling for it. Tifu already concerned about the heavy ammo because he left Grotto with nothing last time. There's Brutus. He's going to give him the keys to the vaults. Nosh and Chaotic. So far, nowhere to be found.
Might be doing their classic don't drop here strat and then drop here next game. A little bit of breathing room, unpredictability. Placement.
They're really bad.
Final after final.
One has sniper. Yeah.
Breaking records. Being the only team to do certain things in terms of placement.
Yeah, man.
Right now with a 3.5 average.
Yep. Going
It's
them.
nuts.
Trying to spray him out. Hit him hard. Okay, I dropped one. Coming up. Show.
My box,
Yeah, I hit 120.
I'm good.
Okay, I had to drop.
Good.
Only 6 builds. Yep.
And now more shots being taken. We saw how bad fights can get the more elevated they are. Luga and Stretch might have to commit to this with less mats left. Both
I'm
teams
5
should be
builds.
very, very low.
513, I can give you like here.
And are waiting for the other team to make the move.
Okay. What's the play?
And we just saw actually Clicks and Calc get knocked out of the game by 2 separate teams. One of them being Nosh and Chaotic. So Nosh and Chaotic might have found something finally in one of these games. It's from eliminations.
Yeah, I'm crazy.
Here's the rest of the fight with Booga and Stretch. Some of you guys know how this proceeds based on the kill feed of other streams. Stretch, though, in a box fight of his own, gets taken out. Now Booga knocked out from the backside and pounced on by another player. It's Arab FN and Nix. That's not the Arab we usually are used to seeing. It's a different one who's qualified this Sunday finals. Otherwise, we'd see them at the Shark. But a clean fight from them. I don't think they've even traded any damage at all. And now they have the drum gun and something else to work with. But they've got to make sure that they have what it takes to actually work with it.
Just go, bro.
Curious to see if Larison and Color are still streaming. Right now, these guys will be more than fine to qualify.
32 blue.
And they already did in week 1 after the adjustments.
I'm scared of you.
True.
Oh, bean cracked. They're white. Go on this. Get on this. I'm not trolling.
Surge active.
You good?
Box to box now, a pinch possible. Weakens both walls, tries to spot where they are.
In zone.
Takes one, but they get right back next to each other. A good call that there's still people in zone. So this fight has a timer on it.
Wait, I can take his call. Oh, he's on that ball.
And I think that timer's elapsed. I think it's time to get out of here. I think it's time to go find position.
They're managed. You guys are just hiding, bro. Go, just go on height. Get on.
These guys might have such nice loot because them being above Storm Surge means they probably got into a fight.
On me. There's a kid right here, solo.
And they have multiple strands of loot from so many different duos.
Crack, die.
Kanata already in. Avery being taken out, and that's a possibility of him not being able to qualify because he was at 15 points before this game started. And now in game 5, Kanata will boost himself up to 30, and Avery will be hard stuck exactly where he is.
And with Zypha, don't forget that's a new team, so the consistency points reset completely.
There's a risk not popping that many, not being full health, especially when they know they're going to have to glide. Might be able to find a siphon in the air, but it's true they get to save a little bit on utility if they don't pop it. A jump back pop right beside them, but Jock and Acorn have their own plan to move forward. Find a mark, land on it, move in. And chaos on this side of the circle. A lot of shots being taken.
Look for the kill factor.
They'll be looking low ground for every possible shot.
Nice.
They have heavy snipes, so careful. Nice.
And here's the white tag. Acorn just trying to find that finish. Tyler 15 and Spade are the ones that pick kills up in the Elam feed. 1,000 damage above Surge. These guys have had a say in so many fights this game. They'll be chilling, but they're looking for points right now. They want to just break in and stay higher and higher on that leaderboard.
Another person outside of zone, potential more for another impact and a harpoon pull. It is a solo, but they're wasting a lot of ammunition on these, especially now it's a full metal box. It's not fully built though. We still have the potential now, wasting the harpoons too. It's down to Brick. And they get it. And they'll be able to build right over. They'll have to even think about it. But of course, don't forget they did waste all that metal on him.
So much mats, or so much loot.
Is he gonna find it? Where is these materials? There it goes. Finally some brick, finally some wood. Instantly splits it all.
They're gonna launch
that's
again,
very...
and this might be drastically bad if anyone tries to find them. Knight taking a little bit of zone damage, but a good choice.
That's good. Yeah.
That ramp tossing them in the zone.
I thought that was going to be super high actually, because he went down a full layer by accident. It was all fine and dandy. They make it across, they make it in zone. You've kind of called out the top of the Steamy stack sometimes being a... But running low on materials, they've got to find themselves a kill right here. Here we go. Again, all this ammunition that they didn't have the last time they sprayed through. There's some big crack. Yes, it's Clarity G again. The recipient of the spray out the side of zone. A rough day for them. He got the 1v2 earlier, but it doesn't really matter when you get focused on the side of zone every single game. Now top 15, the placement reached by Right Knight. And Rogue Shark again, apparently looks like they have a launch pad. They're setting up the short launch, but a team blocks them.
Right here. Let's go. Place it.
And here we go.
And here it is. They go all the way ahead. You mentioned those 7th zone. It's always hard straight in a box. But Shark has the tags. He goes for the next one too. And he's down. It's Colazo and Tabs. And that's huge. Game 5, a lot of damage done all the way around the boxes and the leaderboards as well. Flopper's now taken over by this anonymous source that we don't know who's playing in Storm. And both parts of the duo go down for Shark and Knight, only giving more room for the people up top, Scented and Edgy possibly, to further their lead.
And now on to Colorful. You asked if the stream is still up. It is. This is slightly before the top 15 placements. Where do they end up in this game? They have double RPG. 2 players behind. It snuck through the stairs. It looked like a surefire self-RPG, but no, it connects. They get one. And now moving back up. Try to find a good lair is the goal right now, but so many people on this left and right. This is old builds. It's not even theirs. The control important because at any moment they could edit and they don't have their shotguns out to react. The cone, they're good. They box it off. Lyrison does damage to dissuade them from going forward. Now starting to get low. Only wood remaining. Lyrison takes over.
And he needs to right now. Very important game. Anxiety levels for the next one will be so relieved if they make enough points. They need to hit just about 21 or 23. Height going down. Will they find a way to reconnect? Yes, they will. And now they'll go under. No match left, but the beams are there. RPG. And it's actually hitting Colorful. right back at him. Lyrison, I think, might get hit as well. That's unfortunate. Won't have time for a medkit, 40 total health. The blunder, maybe overreaching just a little bit. And now getting minigun, trying to hold, but their mats are depleting. It's a bounce back. They have time, but how much in total? They need to qualify. 21 points might be enough. Might just need one more point. And more RPG, separating Lyrison, separating Colorful. He has that full pop in. No more minis left. Lyrison dropping down. They have a whole old tarp to work with. This could be great.
And they do recover. Apparently materials were there, at least the minis, so he gets his shield back up. Lyrison needs some shield too. He's going to start popping. In the box, so he opens up risky, and Lyrison continues with the pre-fire. Now minigun up on height. Is this Sifu? Is this scoped? With the mythic minigun, it's possible, but they do get knocked down on the team that was the recipient earlier of their double RPG ire. No clue who it is. Double elite agents. Now 6 people alive in the game. Lyrison's still alive though, with 2 HP.
He's on his last life, no one-ups, going through all these minions on low ground, and there's a final boss with a minigun all the way on height. Here's the one that he gets. The finish is there too, right before he makes the placement off of that, which is huge for them. They get secured, and on top, it's looking like from a delay, Tfue and Scoped are holding down the whole server on the bounce back. The minigun's there. They're making sure no one else can come up from floppers. The RPG's in play too, minimal rockets. I think Scoped has the big beam.
And already 8 eliminations for this team. They've qualified. They've done it in their first week, their first outing at the Sunday Finals. And they pushed through. Who that looked like Dab, not sure. More people down below. Who is that? They can't find it quite yet. Scoped with the RPG. We saw his massive run yesterday. Every time he had that, he does things like that. Find the gaps to sneak in the RPG and get 2 big tags that lets them clean up in the future. I can't believe how many people I'm seeing self-RPG from 1 layer up. It's crazy today.
Yeah, not sure if they changed that range or maybe people just changed up their brains with all the pressure that's around, just trying to qualify, trying to do as good as possible, especially just given 1 chance in 6 games. The combo shot is there on this duo. Tfue just taking the entire brunt of them all the way in the box while Scope stays outside, looks for shots. Clean game.
Here we go. Edgy's still alive in this game. Zate possibly still alive as well, although this could just be the Elim feed rehashing everything that we've already seen in the game. Ooh, Cease onto Edgy. This is awkward because that team, remember, is in first place. If they can stop them from really accruing too much more. There's Zate, goes down right at top 10. Cease playing the bush perfectly. Spirok as well. Cease, the value bush. He's making it work now up to 38, so a lot of different people may have pushed up into contention back for first place again after this 1 game, but Scented still up, notably.
And even more use of medkits time and time again. Mega Dub's trying to stay alive all the way on low ground. Lyrison, we saw the POV of him, but Cease is just watching everyone get rained on, and that's good because he knows exactly what their options are afterwards and can craft a path for himself around exactly what options aren't being taken. So low ground right side is what he chooses. We'll run into Joey. Someone will try to come in behind him. It's Defy, and Defy's landing a huge shot on Cease. Can he follow up is the question. This just lowly green tack is doing so much damage and work for Cease right now. But he won't have a bounce back to pop a medkit just yet. Gets a better AR, but probably won't be able to use it. He gets taken out all the way on the backside by Joey 2C. Dub still working out the lower portion of the server. Lyrison, we saw him stay alive right there. Him and Mega alive, but they get hit by these big breakout RPGs. Each one doing more than 200 damage, sometimes 300, because we saw Tfue hit himself. And it's that final, I think almost 2v2 or 2v1. Mega, Joey 2C, not on the same team, but will be playing the same layer. Height will be their common enemy, but they don't care. They just go box to box. Joey wins out, gets the Elim. And then it's that drop down, nice combo shot, Scope, the distraction, Tfue, the finisher. And that is the total game.
Lots. Up to 2nd place in that game. Push themselves to 3rd. Right there on your screen. Edgy and Scented push themselves all the way up. 10 points now ahead of Knight and Rogue Shark to still basically make this a 2-way race for first place. Although at this point, it looks like it might be all said and done if they can continue the pace. Because again, they got 7th place with 5 Elims, only dropping their average placement in every single game to 4.2.